Hello everyone. We're doing a presentation on the B-17 Flying Fortress. It was a bomber in World War II. This presentation is made by Charles,
Gunner, Gary,
and time to get started. The B-17, we named it the Flying Beauty because it kind of reminds us of a dolphin. The Minecraft plane we built is almost to exact replica as the real one in real life. Okay, the Campanile that's outside everyone, you know, a big tower, it's about 2.2 times larger than our plane. The metric conversions we used, because we searched it and we got it all in feet, we had to put that into meters, then we had to put meters into blocks. So 1 foot is equal to, 1 meter is equal to 3.28 feet. X, Y, Z we had to put, because it kind of tells you where our plane is in the sky. All these numbers kind of don't make sense, but it shows you how we use them. We use them to figure out the build, how big it is, and where it is in the sky. Okay, the history. The B-17 was made in 1934. It was due to one event, World War II. The B-17 was a jewel of the U.S. Air Corps. The U.S. Air Corps was before the Air Force. Just 2 years after the B-17 was made, a new model was made though. So it kind of went out of deployment, but yet it still bombed some of the most important towns, including Hiroshima.
The cost of the B-17 in 1937, it was $301,000. The cost now is $4,677,477. The weight of the B-17 is 65,000 pounds loaded, and when it is not loaded, it is 34,000 pounds. The B-17 is 23 meters long, and the fastest it can go is through 200 through 25, 250 miles per hour. The wingspan of the B-17 is 32 meters, and the range, how long it can go with its fuel, is 1,250 miles. The B-17 is 20 feet high.
Okay, this is where the math book comes in. How I know the B-17 that we made in Minecraft will fly. This is an equation for lift. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, that's all the variables we have to put in. We cannot actually put in all of them because we're missing 2 of them. But here's what we have to do. The coefficient is 0.0210. That's what we have to do, and we have to times that by the density of Earth. The density of Earth is 225 kilograms / meters squared. Then we have to times that by velocity squared and then divide that by 2. The velocity of our plane is 715 miles per hour. Then we have to times that by the area of our wings. The area of our wings was 32 meters long, and that should get us lift. We're missing velocity squared, so that's why we cannot do it. Otherwise, the plane would probably fly.
Okay, so how the plane maneuvers so that it doesn't just keep flying forwards forever is if you want to roll left, you have to raise the left rudder and lower the right one, and then you'll start twisting around, and vice versa. So if you want to roll right, you have to raise the right rudder and lower the left one. And then yawing is basically turning like a car. You move in the air like this. And to do that, you have to move the rear rudder, the vertical stabilizer. If you want to yaw left, you have to turn the rudder left. And if you want to yaw right, turn the rudder right. And then pitching up and down, basically want to go down or up, just so that you're not flying into the ocean. There's a pitch elevator, which is basically the two rear wings. If you face the rudders so that they're pointing up, you will go up, and then if same for down, point them down and you'll go down.
Any questions?
I'd love to see it in Minecraft.
I don't know, adulting.
The struggles of real. Oh, is it nighttime?
Yes.
And you will
You're
connection.
good, you're good. There you go.
You can't break rocks with swords.
What did you do?
It shows the realistic properties of Minecraft.
It won't let me.
Yeah, that's it. Hopefully we don't completely destroy the plane before we get out of it.
Can you make it daytime?
Yeah. Times 6 and
Chase.
100. 6,000. Aw, 6,000 is brighter.
There are no rotors in Minecraft, so we had to use fences as that. The B-17, it has two front gunners, which you can see right there, where I'm pointing at. Then it has a bottom gunner right there. It has 4 propellers, each with 300 horsepower. No, the 2 pilots, 1 co-pilot, sit here, and then the navigator sits in the back. The bomber, he sits right here.
And there's
By the bomber, there's also 2 machine gunners, 1 on each side. The bomber can drop over 2,000 pounds of bombs. And this long stretch of line, that's like Campanile compared to our plane.
and there's a foot in the back.
So that's our plane.
How big is the Campanile?
The Campanile is 50 meters long. Any other questions? Yes, Colin?
I've got an article right here that says that there are 4 1,200 horsepower engines on it.
Can you show me the site?
It's www.boeing.com. I have successfully caused chaos.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I'll help you out.
We always need to fail.
Push the Windows button.
So what?
Okay, www.boeing.com.
Please go on.
BOEING.
Oh, the struggle is real, huh?
What's the rest of it? I don't think that's the
That's not the right one.
Oh yeah, you have to go on to a specific page. Never mind.
It's
Anyway.
okay.
Control A.
Then
Control A.
we have false information.
Or, what other options are there? There's simple error. What else could be going on here?
Well, just check multiple sources.
Yeah. Is it ever possible to find 2 different answers to the same question on the internet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it possible they made an engine change in later versions of the airplane?
That is very possible. Because, as I said, there were 2 years after, they made a smaller version of that plane.
Which would have a different size engine or the same?
Probably a different size engine.
And you talked about a lot of variables, right? Could be
Yes.
the weight of the fuel, could be the weight of the bombardiers, could be the weight of the material, could be a lot of different things, right?
It could be. So, any other questions? Nick?
Where are the vertical stabilizers and the horizontal stabilizers on it?
The horizontal stabilizers are just fancy with the wings, and the vertical stabilizers are just the back wings, the tail.
But there are none on it, on the bills.
If you look closer, there are.
We're not good builders, okay? But you can see it. Any other questions?
Is there a question from Ohio?
Yes?
Just barely, but I can translate for you. Okay, so he's saying that the interior of the B-17 bomber was not pressurized. Did you do any research, find anything about the interior of the plane and their equipment in there?
Not much. We just know that, well, with air density makes it colder, which, the B-17 had 4 rudders, which the frost got on the rudders, which made it slow down, and also it as you get higher, the air density decreases, and so does your, aerodynamics and engine performance decreases. So I know it didn't have that high of ceiling.
Go ahead, Jim. Did you check into the Bernoulli effect?
No.
You know how we talked about the air gets denser as it goes over the wing?
Yeah.
And less dense under, and that creates your lift? That's the Bernoulli effect. I didn't throw that word at you. I didn't want to freak anybody out.
Are you trying to figure out the coefficient?
What he's talking about in Minecraft, that doesn't happen.
No, there is
Right?
no air.
So does your airplane fly in Minecraft?
No, it can only float.
Right.
There's really no
Yeah,
gravity
because-
except for specific slots and
Okay, right.
things
So
with AI.
the parents don't know this. Gravity in Minecraft only affects
Certain rocks like sand and gravel.
It
and
also
And
affects your
TNT
flare.
after you blow it up.
players and TNT after you light the fuse.
Yeah.
It also affects cows, pigs,
Entities,
anything.
which are things that have an AI.
Sure, anything that's alive, right?
As long as
Okay.
it doesn't have no gravity on it.
So airplanes can't fly because there's no air, so there cannot be propulsion, but there's also no gravity, so they can't fall.
So they kind of fly.
So they kind of fly, but they don't really fly and they don't really fall either.
No, they just are.
Yeah. Anything else?
Any other questions?
Well, you could make it fly using a complicated system of pistons,
But
but
technically,
Which we did on day one. But how many of you have ever seen an airplane with a piston that pushes something out, pulls it back, pushes it out, pulls it back, and that's how they made their airplanes move. Not very realistic, but they got it done.
What was your biggest struggle this week?
our biggest struggle was probably working together.
That's one of the things I left out of my presentation every day. Cooperation and being able to work together with different people is a skill that the industry says our high school kids and our college kids even don't have when they get to their workplace. So that's a really important thing. You guys did a good job.
You guys
Struggled
did
with
an
it.
amazing job.
You overcame the struggle.
good.
They did. That's our presentation.
Can I mess with this stuff?
At the beginning, you guys were the destroyers. Why did you pick that?
Can I mess with this stuff?
No.
Because we thought it was a pretty cool name.
All right.
So yeah, should I mess with it?
No.
You said no, so that means I have to.
Let's go.
You're free.
Welcome to your free world.
Who's next?
And
Minecraft 2.0.